So git rebase -i for interactive, and that would then have to require 2 dashes, but I only go with -i because that's faster. And then onto which branch do we want to rebase on top of? Our base is master, so we'll be looking at master. Oh, sorry, let me CQ for closing this window. I have that auto squash flag already enabled, but I tend to never use it. So I have another command to always add this no auto squash. But now that I'm avoiding using those shorthand commands, I tend to forget them. Anyway, if you haven't added that, then there's no need to add this flag. All you need is the -i. It's just for me because I have auto squash flag enabled. Okay, enter again. So we see that we have 3 commits, just like we saw in the normal git log. The third commit, the most recent one, is now at the bottom. And yes, excuse me. Okay. So fixup being the last commit, the third one. In this view, you're able to move commits around, and it's gonna affect the history, and it's actually gonna stay that way, which is very cool and something we will be utilizing a lot. But looking at the fixup command and looking at the commands down here, we can see, we can read a little bit more about fixup. It says that it works just like squash, but keeps only the previous commit's log message. Interesting. Okay, so then what does squash do? Squash, it uses the commit, but it melts it into the previous commit. Previous being upwards. So if I change pick to fixup, this fixup is going to get merged or squashed into this one, and that's not what we want. Look at the name, look at the title, add question to hello file. That's the first commit. This is this is why it's useful for us to be able to reorder the commits. So let's move that one up. Again, we're squashing, merging upwards in this view. It's a bit, it's a quirk. Git log, most recent commit is the top one. In rebase window, the latest one is the bottom one. So keep that in mind. This is the caveat. Anyway, we changed pick to fixup, and we have made sure that the title name add up. They're the same. Cool. Right quit that one. Do a git log p. And we now see that the first commit, since master, now has an exclamation mark. And that we now have 2 commits. The third commit, the fixup commit, now got successfully squashed. Third commit, fixup commit, got squashed into the first one. Perfect, using rebase. And we changed the question mark to an exclamation mark. Cool. And that's it. That's how you can work with fixup commits. Now, what's the difference between fixup and squash commits? Looking at the rebase window, it mentioned something that it wouldn't, if you use fixup, it would not use that fixup commit message. That's interesting. So just to dive deeper into how would we do something with the squash commit. So going into Vim hello, let's just add another line here. Let's see, how are you today? I'm fine, thank you. Let's just answer that. We right quit, git status, modified git diff, 2 new lines. Perfect. Git add hello, and remember, in order to create a fixup or squash, we need to know the original commits hash. So that's why we're doing a git log, and we're looking for the first commit, this one. Git clear, git commit dash squash this time, and then the original commit hash. Now we see the commit window. We did not see this one with the fixup commit because fixup commits does not retain the message. It's just for merging changes. But let's say that in this case we added an answer to the question. And we can see that the title is already this, and we're basically pre-pending, not pre-pending, we're appending more text to the original commit message. Okay, we will see what that really means in just a second. So, and answer the question asked in the file. Okay, right quit. Let's do a git log p. Let's see what's up. So, 3 commits since master. We have how are you today added in the first commit, just a random commit in between, and then we have the third squash commit where we're adding two lines and answering the first question. We also see that we have a commit message here. Okay. Again, opening up git rebase -i for interactive, and then master. Again, I forgot to add the no-autosquash flag. I will do that, but I will also explain why we're seeing this. You might not have thought about that or noticed, but actually this one is like this. Squash was our most recent commit, but when I entered this window, it was already positioned underneath its original commit, and it already changed pick to squash. We will touch on that a bit more soon. So I close that, git rebase I -- no auto squash. There we go. 3 commits, most recent one being the bottom. And so let's just read this one more time. Squash. Use the commit but melds into previous commit. And fix up, just like squash, but keep only the previous commit's log message. Okay, so fix up will only use the original commit message. And I assume then that squash would do otherwise. It would merge both. So let's try that. This is what we see. Anything that is prepended with a I want to say hashtag, but I forgot the pound. Anyway, that's a comment. So I tend to remove those. And then here we can see this is the commit message number 2, squash, add question to hello file, and then the actual text is here. We can remove those. And we can now shape our commit message, our final commit message, using both the original commit message and the squash commit message. As you can see, we have now actually formed and finalized how it really should look like with both messages merged. Awesome. Right quit. We do a git log p. And now again, we see that we have 2 commits. And the first commit, since master, it now has the answer and the added commit message text here. That's cool. And still the random commit in between, no worries. That didn't stop us from making this change. And yeah,